I'd actually had a really rough year physically, lots of flus, and I didn't feel like myself, and I knew that it was stress related. I had read about The Haven and Come Alive and thought that it was a perfect match for me.
I had just broken up with my primary partner, and we were together and just had a baby a couple of years before. So I was feeling really vulnerable, really kind of lost in the world, didn't really know what my role was job hunting at the same time, so everything was up in the air.
A sense that I've been having for a while that I was going down the wrong track for what was true for me.
I was really interested and wanted to know what this was all about, and I know a few people outside of my experience here who had either heard of the program or taken it themselves, and they also had nothing but positive to say about it.
Sleeping pills to put me out at night. I had to take pills to wake me up in the morning. I did acupuncture. I did as much as I knew that was available to feel better. And I didn't get any better.
So our family was in this huge transition in retirement and not working, kids in new school, and we found ourselves just in a really difficult time with our marriage.
I was just looking for something. I was just, one day I was driving down the street figuring out where am I going to go. I really do believe in trusting the universe, so I was going to go to Tofino, and all of a sudden I took a right and I ended up in the Gabriola lineup, and I had never heard of the Haven. And I was just talking to people in front of me, and they're like, where are you guys going? What's on Gabriola? Oh, we're going to the Haven.
So I'd taken a weekend workshop in Victoria, a breath and body workshop. It was kind of my first exploration into that domain. And at the end of the course, one of the other participants came to me very distinctly and she said, I think you really might enjoy this program up at the Haven called Come Alive.
One of the most amazing things about Come Alive was the relationships and connections that I made. I can honestly say that before Come Alive, I could have counted the unconditional relationships that I had on one hand, and that probably tripled with Come Alive.
It was just an amazing experience to understand and get to know these people so fast, all because we're not dealing with balance sheets and superficial stuff about how to mow the lawn or how I'm raising my kids. It's all about my feelings, and that was just the fastest way to get to know people and to really love them.
I remember there's a lot of caring going on. There's a lot of, and it wasn't just the facilitators. It was the, I guess you'd call us participants.
This kind of course, you get so intimate so quickly, so if you're feeling a bit isolated and disconnected from someone, if you do a Come Alive program, you instantly have a bunch of friends that you could have for life. Like, it's an instant way to connect to everyone else out there who's going through the same sort of things that I was.
I came here and realized that everybody's pretty much hardwired the same way. It's something where I could have a conversation with someone, get down to the deepest level of connection, and be okay with it.
I think the feeling of the group is something that I've carried with me. I've made contact with people. I'm still in touch with some of the people that were on the Come Alive.
One of the early exercises that we did, there was a trust building exercise. And I'm a tall person, and during this exercise, my first thought was, these people can't support me. And when I let myself go into the exercise, the feeling and the acceptance of their support was shocking to me, and wonderfully shocking, not just shocking.
I mean, and it's one thing to sit at home and read these things in a wise text and realize, oh yeah, that's very important, I understand that. It's another thing to be surrounded by a group of people who are living that, and you can see like kind of the scales falling from their eyes as they start to understand that they can be that open and people will still accept them and people still care and want to give you a hug and really are saying like, yeah, I feel the same way as you, I've gone through that, and they can be as inspiring as everyone else.
Ultimately what it did was kind of shifted my default from like being more reserved and apologetic about what I want and where I'm going to being more like, no, it's okay who I am and what I want to do. May not look like the way everyone else has done it, but kind of a trust in myself.
I walked away with hope, and I walked away with a chance that things were going to be better.
The Come Alive has taught me a lot of things about how to deal with other people in my life and how to let them deal with me as well.
And then my relationships with other people have become dramatically better.
When I got back, I found that my relationships with people really improved. My communication skills were a lot better. I was actually able to find out what it is that I need in life and be able to ask people for help, for what I need, and just really a really awesome life change.
I think the thing that I've used the most that was really helpful to me was the communication model. I've been able to use that both personally and professionally.
What I took away was a sense of fun. Our marriage had lost the spark, the fun. And with the way the programs are set up, there is some music, there is some dancing, there's a bit of activity. Stuff I haven't done in years. There's some humor. There's an opportunity just to be heard.
How do I convey the energy, the lift, the bigness that comes out of doing an experience like that, but that vibrant energy that comes out of not being contained by these artificial boundaries and constraints that we put on ourselves.
I'm able to listen to myself and communicate with the thoughts that I'm having. And then my relationships with other people have become dramatically better.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever felt up to that point. And wasn't really sure how that all happened at that time. Since then, because of what I've learned at the Come Alive, it's evolved into a way of life for me. And it's definitely not rocket science.
I found quite unexpectedly a safe place and a place where like-minded people could come and share and be witnessed and respected.
Come Alive is that piece of that piece of growing up that we don't get from our parents usually, and we don't get from the school system. It's that piece of how to be a human being that rarely comes from the other sources.
If you're really keen to learn about yourself, it's not therapy. No one's there to fix you.
And it's not easy.
And it's not easy, but it is fun. And it's a gift. It's a gift to myself. And if one were to choose to come back, it could be considered a gift. A 5-day present. To just come, the food's good, the atmosphere's lovely, people are great, and you can't lose.